Happy Monday morning, everyone. Yay! This is Flora Sage, and this is the Motivation Monday episode, segment, video. So every Monday morning, I share something that has motivated me in my business and in my life in hopes that it will motivate you as well. And today I share a quote from Eleanor Roosevelt, and it is, comparison is the thief of all joy. And this is something that has really helped me in my life and in my business, especially in my business. As an online entrepreneur who helps other entrepreneurs, it's so easy to compare yourself with other women who are rocking it. You know, hi Jessica. And the thing about online business is it is very competitive, but it's competitive in the sense where you have to learn to decipher who your ideal client is, who your target market is, and own that. And when you own that, then there is no competition. There's no competition. And when you start to compare yourself, you start to realize that their message is their message and your message is your message. Hi, Victoria. So the more that you can own who you are and live in joy in your state and in your message and in your business and in your reality, what happens is all of a sudden you start to now, instead of compare others, you start to compliment others, and you start to go, oh my gosh, I am so excited for you that you're doing this and that you're doing that. And you start to praise others, and you start to just get all excited. And then you realize that when you compare someone else and you look at, well, this is, okay, let me explain comparison. So comparison, you're measuring something. So when you compare, you either are better than or less than, okay? If you feel that you're better than, you're not seeing the person's true value. If you feel less than, you're not seeing your own value, okay? So when you get out of the comparison trap and you get out of the who's better than or less than, you get out of that bullshit, because we're all great, we're all the same, we're all in this together. And you start to look at the value of that person and then the value of you, and you realize that each person is bringing a different type of value to the world. Then you can go, oh my gosh, that's so exciting. And then you start to see that value, you start to see the beauty in it, and you're like, hell yeah, that is awesome. And that's when you get really excited, when you see other people succeed. You know, I see a lot of people in the industry kind of poo-poo and kind of bash people that are successful, and I'm like, why are you doing that? Like, that is amazing. It's so amazing that they're doing that. And you know, and I get a lot of people that come to me and just say, oh, I wish I was where you're at, yada yada, you know. And I'm just like, well, I've been in business over 20 years. I literally have. And so I started my business in 1997. I had a thriving business offline, and then decided, you know what, I'm gonna go online. And I went online in 2009, changed the name of my business in 2010, and then, you know, I've been making videos ever since. And you know, like I said, a lot of people, they start comparing themselves to me, and I'm just like, I've been in business for 20 years, you've been in business for 2. We're not gonna be in the same space, you know. And you start to look at where you are, where you want to be, where other people are, and again, you start to compare yourself. And the thing about all of this is, okay, and this is why I'm sharing this with you, is that remember, when you're in a state of comparison, you're not seeing that other person's value and you're not seeing your own value. So when you catch yourself in comparison, say, okay, what can I appreciate about this person? What can I really, truly appreciate about them? And if I do feel lack, what is it about what they're doing that I feel like I'm not fully capitalizing on in my own life or in my own business? How have I let myself shrink back? And can I really step up and let myself really shine? and ask yourself, how can you step up so that you can feel at that same level? Now, you're already at that same level anyway, okay? We're all valuable, but when you see someone who's higher than you, or, oh wow, you know, they're so much farther along and they're so much more successful. It's literally like comparing someone's chapter 1 to someone's chapter 20. And you know, that's kind of that old Facebook or social media adage. But truly stop that comparison and start to look at the gratitude and the appreciation and the value that they're showing you, and kind of waking you up about yourself. And it's just like, oh hey, you know, wow, I feel like they're better than me. Let me stop and regroup. Let me figure out what the heck, why, you know, and say, okay, so what are they doing that I really truly appreciate? What are they doing that I'm so grateful that they're doing, because they're acting as a leader in the industry? Maybe you can take a class, maybe you can learn from them, you can hire them as your coach, you know. And I've done that before, where I've seen people and they're farther along than I am, and I'm like, wow, that's awesome. I want to know how they did it. So I hire them as my coach. I'm like, hey, tell me how to do it. And they're like, rock on, this is how I did it. And did it always work for me? Absolutely not. Was it always valuable? Absolutely, because I saw their journey and learned from them directly on how they achieved certain levels of success and how they achieved certain levels in their business. And so, especially with mentorship, you know, when you can learn to appreciate where someone is at and where you're at, and you reach out to them and you learn from them and you allow yourself to be in that state of receptivity and say, okay, so how can I learn? How can I grow? How can I expand so that I too get to that space where I really feel like I want to? Because that's the thing, is when you compare yourself to someone else, you're seeing something maybe that you want to do, or a milestone that you want to achieve, and you're not there yet. And so you feel like, oh, you know, and you're comparing and you're like, what the heck, you know, whatever. Stop and say, okay, wait a minute. What are they doing? And what level of success have they achieved that I aspire to achieve in the future? And how can I use that as motivation to propel me to that space? You know what I mean? So there's so much about comparison. I actually have a whole class about comparison. It's called Mirror, Mirror on the Wall, Getting Past Comparison and Judgment. And it is amazing. But ultimately, to kind of wrap this up, give yourself permission to notice and pay attention when you're in that state of comparison. Give yourself permission to recognize that when you're comparing and you feel better than, then you're not valuing the person that you feel better than. And when you're comparing yourself to someone else and you feel less than, you're not seeing your true value. Okay, so really give yourself permission to recognize that we're all equal. Some of us are just farther along in the journey or the path of certain things than others. And use that to your advantage. Give yourself permission to say, okay, wait a minute. I'm feeling a little jealousy, or I'm feeling some envious, or I'm feeling like better than or less than. How can I shift that? How can I find the true value of this person? How can I appreciate where they're at? And if that is something I aspire to, do I actually want to learn from this person? Are they available for coaching? Are they available to hire? Are they available, you know, do they have a book? Do they have a podcast? Do they have resources that I can partake in that will give me some ideas or some wisdom and knowledge and education ultimately on how I can go from where I am to where I really want to be? And that's the thing, is that when you compare yourself, you're usually seeing kind of that future version of yourself that you aspire to be and you know, well, be at, okay? So that's a beautiful opportunity, and almost like a lighthouse beacon type energy where you can go, oh wow, so that's what my future looks like. That's what I really aspire to do. So what can I do today? What's one thing that I can do today, that 1 degree pivot? What's that one thing that I can do today that will help me get to where I really truly want to be? So that's how you can take comparison and fuel that to motivate you to kind of, you know, light a fire under your butt and start to take action for those things that you really want to do. Yay! So I actually have a resource for you if you are kind of feeling like you're being left behind in your business, or you feel like you're not doing exactly what you could be doing or what you should be doing to grow your business. The new free gift is actually called what is it called? 3 reasons why most online businesses fail and how to prevent it. Because like I said, this is something that so many people in the industry, they feel this comparisonitis, if you will, to people that are really successful. And there's a reason why they're so successful. It's because they're doing 3 things right. And those 3 things will literally make or break your business. And that's why I'm sharing this free gift with all of you, is I want you to be able to recognize what those of us who are successful are doing so that you can also be successful. So if you're interested in grabbing this new free gift, click the link below in the comments. Like I said, it's 3 reasons why most online businesses fail and how to prevent it. And oh my gosh, I'm so stoked. Also, I want to let you know that I have opened up some spots for 1 Degree Shift strategy sessions. These are free 20-minute sessions to help you figure out where you're at, where you want to be, and how to bridge that gap. So if you're interested in grabbing one of these free sessions, click link number 2 below in the comments. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, it's below in the description. If you're watching this on my website, it's below the description of the video. And let's talk. I really want to help you. You know, this is one of the things that when I was up and coming, I hired coaches. I took all the opportunities that I could with people who were at levels that I wanted to be. And that's one of the reasons why I've been so successful in such a short period of time once I went online. In my online business, I had other mentors when I was not online that helped my business grow in the community. And so that's the thing, is that really allow yourself to say, where do I want to be and where am I at now? And do I really want to start accelerating my business success? And if I do, then here's an opportunity for me to talk with Flora. Let me jump on that chance. So link number 1 for the free gift, 3 reasons why most online businesses fail and how to prevent it. Link number 2 is to grab your free 1 Degree Shift strategy session with me. And oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So I hope you have a fabulous, fabulous rest of your Monday. And I hope that this video has served you well. All right, I love you, and I will see you back here very soon. Mwah. Bye.